This is a Quickstyle history of Lawndale. In 1905, Charles Hopper and his mom Elizabeth buy a chunk of land, previously used for growing oats and barley. The plan is to chop into lots and resell. It would seem this is Charlie's mission in life, this buying and reselling of South LA, because later he does the same in Southgate and Lakewood. In this case, Charlie wants to remind everyone of back east. He calls his land Lawndale, after some Chicago neighborhood. At first, he can't move the merchandise. They're giant 5 to 10 acre lots. Next year in 06, Charlie cuts them into smaller pieces, offers free land to the first 10 who build. And by the 1910 census, Lawndale has 142 residents. 10-ish years later, someone finds oil in Lawndale. Hustlers move in with their machinery, but the oil slows to a trickle a few years later, making Lawndale a one-pump chump. In the 1950s, business is good for Rainbow Records, so they expand to Lawndale. They're in the business of pressing records. Despite the size of the company, they're not too big to make LPs for up-and-coming labels, like SST, Epitaph, and Death Row. They also like to experiment, like printing records on cereal boxes, or making tiny records that go inside dolls, so they make sounds when you pull the cord. In 1959, Lawndale becomes an official city, and there's even a source explaining why they did it. Quote, in order to forestall being gobbled up by surrounding communities through annexation. In the 70s, Lawndale begins to transform from single-family homes to apartments, most especially LA favorite Dingbats. This change is rarely good for a city, and there's lots of reasons for it happening to Lawndale. Mostly because rent is good business. The city isn't really zoned for anything but housing, and the 405 runs right through the middle. This apartmentization marks the beginning of Lawndale becoming a commuter city. But before we go there, Greg Ginn brings his record label to Lawndale. SST puts out seminal albums. Black Flag, The Minutemen, Husker Du, and even Sonic Youth. Old skaters and punks will remember Lawndale from SST's ads in Thrasher magazine. And since now we're in the 80s, Lawndale gets its own new label, Commuter Town, or Bedroom Community. All of it code for most people who live in Lawndale don't work in Lawndale. So, picture Lawndale with everyone at work, very few around during the day. This could explain why in 1989 nobody notices the Lawndale garage has been converted into a meth lab. 2 years later, there's a fire. The fire department hoses down a facility big enough to make 100 pounds of crystal a week. Despite these troubles, things keep tooting along for Lawndale. Not much changes, till 2001 when the city realizes they've got thousands of drivers passing through every day. The city puts up an 11-story, 3-screen electronic billboard. Problem is, they have a law that says only Lawndale businesses can advertise. Caltrans butts in and says the same thing. So when Fox tries to advertise some show, arguing that Lawndale residents watch Fox, it doesn't fly. Eventually things sort themselves out, and today Lawndale continues selling ads on its huge billboard, recommending commuters tune their radios to K-Rock. If you want to go further back, before this area was even part of the United States, make sure to check out my Quickstyle History of the South Bay video.